Welcome to another episode with the local housing data for October 2024 of single family home. My name is Cobi from the Cobi real estate team here in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, and I'm bringing you again this monthly report. We're going to go over the single family homes, and this time we're going to start from Medfield, Massachusetts. So we have unit sale have been about 16, so has been up by 77.8%. Medium sale price in Medfield has gone up as well. We see that the inventory has been going down to 5.3% compared to October of 2023. We also see that days on the market has been increased by 13%, and month of supply is 1.8, which is still a good number if you are a seller. So we still are on the seller market despite that this time of the year we experience a little bit of a slowdown on the market, which also was reflected on days on the market because of the election year. However, the inventory remains still down, and this time of the year we are experiencing all the time slowdown on the inventory. So, and if we can see that how many properties were sold within 90 days of their listing, so this was 100% of these properties were sold, and only 88% of the properties that were sold in Medfield during the month of October, they were sold over 95% of the list price. So we are seeing a little bit of a negotiation in price between the seller and the buyer. So little by little the buyers are actually seeing a little bit more opportunity for them. But let's go to the neighboring town, which is Dover, Massachusetts. So unit sales went up by 150% compared to October of 2023. Despite the slowdown because of the election, we see that properties were still selling. That's a great news for Dover. Medium sales price, it's close to 1.7, and this went up by 35%. The inventory went up. So we see unit sales went up and inventory went up, which is very interesting to see. But days on the market has gone down, so by 30%. So that's great news for Dover. So the properties are still selling and this desirable market. But one thing that I can see here is that month of supply is 4.7 compared to Medfield, which was under 2 months. So which means that the properties in Dover, they are staying a little longer on the market, and the buyers might have more choices in Dover compared to Medfield. And medium sales price per square foot, it's $409. This went up by 20% compared to October of 2023. And in Dover, we see that the range of negotiation between the buyer and the seller is within 80%. So in Medfield was 95%, in Dover is 80%. So we see that the properties that were sold, let's say within 90 days of listing, and which was sold like during this time, the price of negotiation is within 20%. Let's go to the next town, which is it's Westwood, Massachusetts. So Westwood is another great town, great school system, convenient to highways, 128 north and south, Route 1, a little closer to Boston. Westwood has a commuter rail as well at the Westwood station, which makes it more desirable town as well. But let's see, the unit sales went down in Westwood by 10%. Month of supply went up by 119%. So we have more inventory this October of 2024 compared to 2023 in Westwood. Medium sales price went up by 11%, 11.4. It's interesting because we see that the month of supply is getting increased. At the same time, the median sales price per square foot is going up. So by that we have more inventory on the market, we don't see this to affect the home prices. Days on the market have gone up by 59.4%. So the properties are staying a little longer, and this also is reflected on the, again, that we said on the month of supply, that is 3.17%. Medium sales price per square foot, it's went up by 11.4%. So we see that the properties that were sold within 90 days of their listing is 78%. So we see here that the range of the negotiation between the buyer and the seller in Westwood is a little more compared to Medfield and Dover. So the buyers in Westwood seems to have more opportunity in terms of negotiating the prices. And let's see some other towns which are not as desirable as Westwood, Dover, or Medfield. However, they are neighboring towns. Sometimes the buyers who cannot afford these towns, they look outside of these, which are Norwood, Walpole, Dedham. And let's see Norwood, for example. Unit sales went up by 50%. Medium sales price have gone down by 9.5%. Inventory has gone up by 31.6%. So it's more inventory this October compared to October of 2023, which this brings a great news for the home buyers that are looking in Norwood for single-family homes. They have more opportunities. Days on the market has gone up by 15%, and month of supply is 2.14, also has gone up. Medium sales price per square foot has gone up by 2.1%. And as we see, when the towns are more affordable, the month of supply is actually less. So it's less homes on the market compared to some high-end towns which are Medfield, Dover, or Westwood. But what's interesting is that 100% of the properties that went on the market during October, they were sold in Norwood. And the range of negotiation is a little tighter in Norwood. It's at 93% compared to, let's say, Westwood or Dover. So when the towns are more affordable, we have more buyers in that market. So it's a little more harder for the buyer to do negotiation. Same thing with Dedham. Dedham single-family homes. Unit sales went up by 5.6%. Medium sales price has gone up as well by 11.4%. The inventory has gone up. So we see inventory going up in all these towns. So that's a great news for the buyer. So if you're looking to buy this time of the year, it would be a great time because you get more inventory, so you might have less competition. Days on the market has gone up by 62%. So even in Dedham, the properties are staying a little longer. So if you are a seller looking to sell, don't expect that the property might be sold on the first open house. It may take a little longer now that we are building more inventory. And this shows also on the fact that the month of supply has gone up by 66.5%. And as you can see that only 82% of the properties that came on the market in Dedham during this time of the year, they sold within 90 days of their listing. Let's look at some other towns. West Roxbury, as we get closer to Boston. So unit sales went down by 7.7%. So here is very interesting here. Medium sales price went down by 19.2%. Inventory has gone up by 24% in West Roxbury. But days on the market here went down by 8%. Month of supply has gone up by 2.4%. Medium sales price went up by 13.3%. Very interesting to see like days on the market went down, month of supply went up. So even in West Roxbury, we see an increase on inventory as well. And if we see Boston overall, we see that the unit sales went down by 29%. The inventory went up by 2.2%. Days on the market went up. Month of supply is just 3 months of supply, so it's still on the seller's market. So if you are a buyer out there and you think that you have a lot of room for negotiation, actually that's not true, because we're still on the seller's market. You have some room, but it doesn't mean that you have a lot. Let's go to some towns which are closer to Boston. They have public transportations, but they also have a great school system as well. So let's see Newton, Massachusetts single family home. So the unit sales went down by 8.3%. A medium sales price went up 21.8%. So medium sales price in Newton is about $2 million. The inventory, that's interesting, went up by 51.5% this October 2024 compared to the one in 2023. But days on the market went down actually. So I mean, we're building inventory, but at the same time, days on the market, I mean, it's still a low number. So properties are selling within 43 days on average. We see that the month of supply is increasing, so at 4 months, which is higher than let's say West Roxbury or even Westwood, and selling within 90 days of listing. Only 88% of the properties are selling within 90 days and sold over 95% of the list price. Only 79% of these properties are sold over 95%. So we see there's some room for negotiation that buyers are experiencing in Newton. That's a good news for the buyer. But let's see Brookline, which is where our office is. So unit sales went up by 50%. Medium sales price is about $2 million, and this went down by 42%. The inventory went up by 58%. Days on the market went up by 364%. Very interesting number. And we see that month of supply in Brookline, it's at 7.2%. This is very interesting, because if we pass that 6-month mark, it means that we are getting into a buyer's market in Brookline, which means that the buyers have more opportunities, and we may think that we are in Brookline on a buyer's market. And as we see the last chart here, that only 67% of the properties that came on the market in Brookline, only 67% of those properties sold within 90 days, which shows that the market has softened a little bit in Brookline, and sold over 95% of the list price, only 67% of those properties. So as we go to more luxury market, we can see that the properties are staying longer on the market and the buyers have more room for negotiation. So this is overall all the report. If you see value in this video, please share with someone that you know. If your town is not included in this report, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I can go over all the details about the current condition of the real estate market in your town. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and we'll see each other on our next episode. Thank you.